Quinn didn't know what happened. Peter looked very worried. Quinn turned, seeing Layla sleeping. He knew he had to make a decision quickly. Quinn wanted to be there when Layla woke up. He needed to convince her to keep his secret. However, he couldn't let something happen to Vorden. They were friends. Quinn thought back to the canteen incident. Vorden helped him when Quinn was in trouble. Quinn knew he wouldn't be able to help. However, he had to try. What kind of person would I be if I didn't help Vorden? I know he'd do it for me. Quinn made up his mind. He headed out of the room. Hurry. We should hurry. The two of them ran until they reached the assembly hall. A stage stood at the back of the hall. Quinn hadn't seen the stage being used for anything this year. He assumed this would be the place to go for school announcements. Quinn heard students mumble about a commotion. Did you see what happened? Yeah, that guy's a monster. How could he do that? Luckily, the second-year students were here to stop him. The assembly hall looked like a mess. Quinn saw craters and rubble all around the room. He noticed burn marks and blood on the walls. Quinn smelled everything that happened before he even entered the room. Quinn wrinkled his nose with disgust. What happened here? Where's Vorden? It looked like an ugly fight had taken place. Quinn feared the worst for his friend. Peter shook his head. I don't know. Vorden and I were practicing my earth powers. A bunch of second years came up to us asking for Vorden. Vorden told me not to worry about it, but of course, I followed them. I saw them take him to the assembly hall, but two students stood guard and wouldn't let me come inside. That's when I came looking for you. Quinn and Peter asked the students what happened. The students avoided the question, completely ignoring them. Quinn knew they were told not to tell anyone what they had seen. Peter kept asking the students, ignoring their mistreatment. Quinn knew it was hopeless to try. Instead, he investigated the scene. Maybe his new powers could shed some light on the situation. He smelled iron in the room. It felt thicker than anything else. Quinn followed the smell. It led him to an area where dried blood covered the floor. Inspect.
Name, Vorden Blade. Race, human. Blood type, O negative.
Quinn inspected the scene. He found more traces of blood. When Quinn used the inspect skill on them, he got no more information. The system only showed a blanked-out name. Do I have to use the inspection skill on them in person? Quinn regretted not getting here sooner. If the blood hadn't dried already, he could have put it in his syringe. Peter finished his questioning, returning to Quinn. Peter looked dejected. It doesn't look like anyone wants to talk to us. Quinn walked away from the blood. Figures. Let's head back to our room. Maybe Vorden got back already. Peter and Quinn went back to their room. Quinn noticed Vorden as soon as they entered. Vorden lay on his bed, facing away from them. Peter and Quinn knew something was off. Quinn and Peter could tell Vorden had been in a rough fight. Cuts and bruises covered his body. Quinn knew it had been serious. Vorden didn't even greet them when they entered the room. They'd never seen Vorden act like this before. He'd always make jokes, never taking anything seriously. Peter bent a knee next to Vorden's bed. Hey, what happened? Is everything all right? We can take you to the nurse's office. Vorden looked away from them. Just leave me be. I'll be fine. If you stay near me, you will get hurt. Peter paled. What are you talking about, Vorden? Look at you. You need a doctor. Put your arm over my shoulders. I'll take you. Vorden buried his face in his pillow. Just leave me alone, please. Peter shook his head, feeling desperate. Quinn, come on. Say something. He needs to go to the nurse's office, right? Peter turned around, seeking support from Quinn. However, Quinn was nowhere to be seen. Vorden grinned without humor. Even he thinks I'm a monster. Quinn leaned on the other side of the door. He panted, sweating from head to toe. Quinn felt control over his body most of the time. Since he bit Layla, he'd been fine. However, a strong scent of blood emanated from Vorden. The cuts and bruises made Quinn's nose tingle from the smell. Quinn's blood craving made his mind hazy. He maintained control over his instincts. He wasn't an animal. However, images of Layla's neck flashed through Quinn's mind. He wanted to forget the whole thing. I really need to figure out what's going on with this strange ability. Am I becoming a monster? Thoughts of Layla raced through his mind. Quinn had unfinished business with her. Vorden didn't look okay, but he was safe. Quinn knew no one would attack his friend right now. He needed to reach Layla before she woke up. Quinn couldn't waste another second. If she woke up before he got there, he had no control over what she might do next. Quinn needed to know what she remembered. Layla opened her eyes, alone in the infirmary. She groaned, trying to get her bearings. What happened? Where am I? She looked around the room, wiping her eyes. Layla rubbed her neck. Images of Quinn played in her head. She remembered everything.
Subscribe now and start watching free episodes of the #1 fantasy show in this YouTube playlist. For the full story, click the link in the description, download the Pocket FM app, and watch all episodes of My Vampire System.